Mark, just on this whole business and schools and everything, haven't you introduced a bill into the New South Wales Parliament to ban teachers discussing gender identity in schools, and you're recommending that parents be informed if a child discusses gender transition with school staff rather than teachers keeping information confidential?
Well, that's right, and unfortunately the Perrottet Cabinet has rejected those recommendations. There's a school on the central coast of New South Wales, Yamina Beach Public School, where they ran a gender fluidity class for Year 2. These are 7-year-old kids, a 7-year-old boy being told you can be a girl and vice versa. And the Deputy Principal sent out a circular to the parents that said gender is defined by how you feel on the inside, and it can be reflected in how you dress and behave, and this can change over time. Well, that's not what gender is. Gender is biologically determined. And to say to a 7-year-old, it's how you feel on the inside, what does that mean? And this was billed, Alan, under the cover of what was supposed to be a child protection unit. I've got to say, like a lot of parents, I regard it as child abuse to be confusing 7-year-old children about gender, saying it's a feeling on the inside that they wouldn't even feel. And then our recommendation to the Perrottet Cabinet was that no child should have the ability to tell the school to keep the parents in the dark about these things. The school shouldn't keep the parents in the dark. And the Cabinet rejected the recommendations, meaning that parents can find out from friends or associates at the school what's happening, but they don't find out from the school about a major development affecting their child, not the teacher's child, their child.
And I understand you've spoken with families who have been destroyed by schools keeping them in the dark.
Well, there's a horror story I found out from the north coast of New South Wales, where a mum found out the school had been keeping her in the dark from a friend at the supermarket. So the school's been party through a counsellor to change a boy to a girl at the school with a female name, and deliberately kept the school in the dark. There's a younger sibling part of this who came into the problems it caused, and the mum found out at the supermarket, where someone said, "Isn't it interesting this has happened at the school?" She said, "What are you talking about?" Alan, having heard the mothers crying on the phone, having learned of the family destruction this causes, I can just give you the common sense total proposition: no good ever comes from keeping the parents in the dark.
Absolutely.
No good.
Absolutely.
And if Dom Perrottet, who's supposed to be a Christian with 7 kids, doesn't understand that, he's not worth a cracker. He says he's part of the Parents' Federation, yet his deliberate government policy is to keep parents in the dark.
All right, Mark, leave it there. You're unbelievable. But just keep at it. I mean...
You've got to.
You have to. You have to. We'll talk to you next week. Good to talk to you.
Thanks,
there he
Alan.
is, Mark Latham, the leader of the One Nation Party in the New South Wales Parliament. What do you make of all of that?